Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and today we're going to be looking at the 2020 Lexus LS 500. And sorry, but it's just a little bit windy today, but as always, we're going to do a quick walk around on the car, then we're going to take it out to see how it drives. A huge shout out and thank you to the Larry H. Miller Lexus here in Murray, Utah for providing us with the LS 500. Definitely check out their inventory in the link below. Let's get into the video. Under the hood here we have a twin turbocharged 3.5 liter V6 that goes through a 10-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 18 around town and then 27 on the highway, with power outputs being 416 horsepower and then 442 pound-feet of torque. Let's go over things on the front end of the LS 500. First off, I like the contrast with the all black roof, but I turned the lights on so you guys can kind of see what's happening right there. Again, we've got all these kind of like individual little lights. Lexus seems to be leaning towards doing that, and then you can see the actual LED accent lights. I love what Lexus is doing with the LED accent lights. They look absolutely fantastic. I mean, it's just such like a nice look. And then the front grille, a little bit on the complex side, but I actually really like it. It kind of has this like nice little elegant look to it. And then other than that, the Lexus logo in the center also doubles as a sensor, and then you got kind of like these two little things on the side of the grille, which again look pretty cool. But here's kind of like another front end look of the LS 500. We're on the side here, we've got 19-inch rims with 245mm tires, kind of like an alloy finish on them. Definitely like the look of the rims. Lexus actually has really nice rim designs in general. The rear is identical to the front. It is all-wheel drive with a limited slip differential, so a pretty cool setup on that from a driving perspective. But here's kind of like a side view on the LS 500. Here's the key fob on our LS 500. You got a couple functions here, so if you actually want to get the key, you just got that little button right there that you have to push there on the side. You've got the alarm, you've got the trunk release, unlock, and then lock, and remote start. You just have to lock the car and just give it a moment. You can see that the signals will flash in the back, and then that 3.5 liter twin turbo V6 will start right up. I'll get you guys some revs a little bit later in the video, but if we press that again, it'll shut it off, and then if we hold this down, that is what will release the trunk itself, and notice that it'll fully pop open, and we can see if it pops back down, so we just gotta hold it again. And nope, not popping back down, but at least I tried. Now let's actually go into the trunk itself. Storage space in here is plentiful. I mean, you can see just how massive this trunk actually is, so definitely carry a ton of stuff. Lexus logo right there, which is kind of random. Actually comes with a first aid kit as well back here. And other than that though, pretty straightforward with the trunk. And then it looks like we can lower it down, so press that button and that'll shut the trunk, because I mean it's way too hard to actually throw it down with your arm. That's why we need a button, guys. Now let's finish things up in the rear. I like the taillight design. Again, they kind of like just mimic the Lexus logo, and then you got like the little turn signal that comes across. Definitely a cool little look. And then how they do the outlets with the exhaust, and let's look under there to see if it's real. Yep, we're good to go on that. Parking sensors in the back. Again, the Lexus logo there in the center, and then it says LS 500 all-wheel drive, so you know what you are driving. And then here's one more look at the rear, and I love how the window kind of just like this unobstructed like large piece of kind of like gloss black all the way at the top, so definitely a nice look on the roof right there. And by the way, if you're wondering, this is called Eminent White. Here's like a really good angle so you guys can see just the effect on the paint. But anyways, coming to the back here, you actually get the keyless entry in the rear, so you can lock it, or you can put your hand on the back of the door handle, magic touch, and then it'll unlock. Now the rear here is definitely one of the places to be. So you got kind of like this nice padding here at the top, very smooth to the touch, and then you've got the Alcantara inserts with nice stitching, more smooth leather to the touch, really nice wood trim with the door handle, on your window controls, and then the actual interior. I'm gonna pop inside to go over this, but I want to show you guys kind of like just what the leather actually looks like. So you got kind of like these cool little stitching designs all throughout the seats, and they're very comfortable. But we're obviously gonna pop in, so boom, we're in. Okay, so I actually had to start up the car so that we could do like most of the functions back here. We've got a couple vents in the rear, and then you can see leg room. I mean, I have tons of room back here. And then there's kind of like this little storage space just right there. I like the wood trim on the back of the seat. That's definitely a nice little touch that Lexus added. These armrests are cool because they're kind of like floating. So you can see that the armrest kind of has like a hole that goes all the way through. right there. It is held to the door right on that little side, but it's kind of cool how it's like a floating design with the armrest itself. Now, this is the center console that I pulled down. So it's just the kind of like third seat, and once you actually pull it down, it's got a couple controls. So you've got like your heated seat control. This is actually a sunshade for the rear, which now we've got some real privacy there in the back. And then obviously you've got the seats. You can set everything to auto if you want. And then this is really funny. So like if you want more room and you want the front passenger to like move, you can adjust the front passenger seat. You can't do this to the driver's seat, but you can do it to the front passenger seat, which I think is kind of funny. Other than that, we got like extra storage here lined with felt, a couple charging stations with that as well. And then here, there's kind of like a little pass through to the back. The whole headliner up here is, again, kind of like Alcantara at the top. And then you actually do get mirrors for the rear passengers. So definitely an interesting touch with that they give the rear passengers little mirrors. I guess that if you're back here, you need to look at yourself and just make sure that you're looking beautiful while you're in the back of your LS 500. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Again, same keyless entry up front, so one touch to lock it, and then just gotta have the magic touch. There we go. And then it'll unlock it at the front. The door panel here in the front looks identical to the one in the rear. So again, you got the nice, really soft touch leather here with the Alcantara and the stitching. More soft touch here with kind of like that floating design, because you can see I can like stick my fingers through there, which is kind of interesting, but I like it. The wood trim right up here, memory seats here on the side. All of your adjustments for the mirror and window controls, all of that's pretty standard. Now, here's the seats in the front. I'm gonna go over the passenger side so you guys don't have to see my shadow. Just give me a second. So now that I'm here on the passenger side, you can see the whole front seat. The headrests on them, very nice. Again, really nice with the leather design, and then just the feel of the leather. Feels very high quality. All the adjustments are gonna be on the side of the seat itself, but there are more adjustments to the infotainment system that we'll go over in a minute. And then they kind of have this cool little design that goes all throughout the interior that like makes the vents look like they're really long, but I just like how they do that line all throughout the interior here. The dash up here is actually really nice. All of it's like nice, soft touch materials, everything that you pretty much look at, so definitely high quality. Now that we're in here, we've got a little hood release, you've got the gas release, that is for the trunk. This is for the camera system right here. Steering wheel is going to be automatically adjustable with that little control right there, and then your regular trip computer stuff and all of that. And shutting that off, we actually start up the LS 500, so press that. It'll start up. It does this really cool kind of like starting graphic. And then boom, good to go. Here's the steering wheel in the LS 500. If we zoom in, you got the Lexus logo there, just like all the other Lexuses. Really nice leather and stitching around the airbag cover. And then all of your cruise control settings here, your collision assistance, lane departure assistance. And then this is for like the radio controls. You got nice paddle shifters on the back of the steering wheel to shift the gears yourself. That's kind of like the pages in the center, volume controls. And then you got kind of like nice little like inserts with the wood. They don't do full wood. I've never seen this before, but I actually really like it. So it's just interesting. It kind of creates nice contrast, and it actually feels pretty cool, just the contrast between the wood and the leather. But overall, definitely a really nice steering wheel. So you're all gonna ask about the light that's flashing. That's just because the rear camera system is unavailable right now. Nothing's actually wrong with the car, but you've got the fuel on the right side. On the left side, you got the temperature gauge. And then this is really cool. So this is the drive mode select up top. It's this cool little dial, but it changes the gauge cluster setup fully. So right, if I go into comfort mode and then eco mode, you can see how it looks. The cool one is sport mode. I mean, it just, boom, it's just so cool how it looks. And I also like this little touch here with the stitching, the leather all around the gauge cluster. Like, definitely a really nice premium look and feel for the car. But other than that, I mean, it's just got the regular stuff that any other car would have in the gauge cluster. So you can see all the different menus that I can kind of scroll through with this. I just think it's cool that it actually just changes the actual gauge cluster when you go in the different drive modes. So here's the center infotainment screen, and no, it's not a touch screen. There's actually just glass in front of it. You've got to use Lexus's little kind of mouse pad system on it, so you can scroll through all the different menus with that little mouse pad thing. Now, I mean, in terms of like a system itself, it takes a second to get used to, but then once you get used to it, it's pretty easy to use. The thing I think is really cool is this button right here. You press that, it looks like a seat. and it gives you all the seat adjustments. Look at just how many ways you can actually adjust the seats on this car. I mean, I personally, at 22 years old, will never need this many adjustments, but I think that's cool that you can adjust that much. The other thing is the seat climate. That's just for like your heated, ventilated seat function. Now, the thing that's really cool is the seat refresh. Like, what does that mean? That's just for the massage function on it, but again, nice that it has massage function on it, and there's all those different types of massages that you can do. And yeah, I mean, kind of in a nutshell, that's the infotainment system. Now, with the shifter, if I go into reverse, the actual camera system will pop up. So you see a reverse camera will pop up right now, and again, it's the camera, that little part of it just is unavailable right now. And then the other thing that's really neat is that little camera button that I showed you earlier. If you press that, that'll give you kind of like a little 360 view around you, just to make sure that you are in a parking space correctly, all that kind of stuff. Definitely wish that my Raptor had something that was just that intuitive, kind of like, look at that. I know it's just a regular bird's eye view, but it's just clean how it looks, okay? Got this cool little line that goes all throughout the interior here. I really like that touch. Push button start. And then you got all the climate controls right here. And then again, more of that nice little stitching. I mean, the interior is very well put together. Everything has like a nice feel to it, just all of the controls. CD player down below. Now here's the shifter. Here's kind of like the whole center console area, but here's the shifter. Took me a second, but if you want to go to neutral, you've got to hold it to the side. If you want to go to reverse, it's over to the side and up. And then notice that the shade will go down so that you can have better rear visibility when going to reverse. And then drive, you just have to put it into drive, and then park, just put that up. And then notice again, the shade will go up for obviously added privacy. Now these are all the buttons for that little infotainment system, and then this little function, that's for the shade in the rear to raise or lower it. This is for the car itself to raise or lower it, and then those are the seats I showed you earlier. Here's a center console to open it. You got that little button there. Opens to the driver. A couple charging stations lined with felt in the center console. And before we wrap things up here, I just want to quickly show you guys the glove box. Again, lined with felt, and what I'm really impressed with is the whole glove box leather, above the glove box leather, so it's just all of the nice materials in this car. It's just a very good job that Lexus did. Now up top here, we've got the little sunglass holder, again, with felt on it. The whole kind of like Alcantara with the headliner. Dual sunroof, notice that you do have that for the rear, and so the controls for that are just right here. So like I can just do the shade, for example, for the rear. If I want, I can open and close it just with that little button right there. So nice little system up there, and nothing too special with the actual sun visors. And yeah, I mean, full black headliner matches the interior, so Lexus did a good job on all of that. So now that I've gone over the interior on the LS 500 and all of its features, I'm sure you guys are wondering, Ben, how much does something like this cost? And the answer is $92,000 before any type of market adjustment, which, yes, I understand that that's a lot of money. However, this is kind of like an S-Class competitor. It's Lexus's version. It's a lot less money than an S-Class, but that's kind of like what it's going after, is that like super luxury car that you can get driven in, essentially. Before we set off in the LS 500, let's talk about visibility. So visibility over the hood, a little bit on the long side, but I mean, it's pretty easy to see out of. This is pretty sloped for the window, so definitely take that into account. Visibility throughout the mirror, and it does have blind spot monitoring. It's actually pretty good for a car. And then throughout the rear, again, it's sloped in the back, but even with the shade up, I can see out of it really well. And so yeah, that's your visibility. And now I've got to wait. Let's set off. So before we set off, I totally missed this dial. I guess this is for your snow mode, and then also to turn off stability controls for that little dial right there. And yeah, I did not notice that when I was actually reviewing the car, so my bad, guys. Now, initially setting off in the LS 500, I'm going to mention road noise first and foremost, because it's supposed to be like a luxury car, and it's really good. I mean, it insulates the cabin really well. And the ride quality right now I've got in the comfort mode, it's really smooth. Like, I know I'm saying really a lot, but I mean it. Like, it's a very comfortable car to drive. Like, I just feel like I could drive this car a million miles every single day and I would just be the most comfortable person ever, because I'd have the massage function on and all that. And yeah, I mean, it's a nice, comfortable car to drive. So now we're making a turn here, and the steering is very, very light. In terms of directness, there's actually not a whole lot of on-center vagueness, so it's relatively direct. Yes, I can feel that it's a larger size sedan. The steering rack is very light, so it's kind of like more luxury car tuned. And while we're going down this, I hope you guys can see the little heads-up display. So it shows me if I'm in the lines or not, and then also shows my miles per hour. But yeah, from like a steering perspective, definitely, again, tuned for the luxury perspective, and that's what Lexus is all about. I've got it in the manual mode and in the sport mode. Okay, that got up to speed really quickly. So, yes, there is a little bit of turbo lag, I will say that. But, I mean, once you actually get up into those turbos, and don't think there's anyone behind me, so I'm just going to slow down here just a little bit and go down a couple of gears. Yeah, once you get up into those turbos, it's really quick. Like, it is very, very quick. And yeah, I mean, 416 horsepower doesn't sound like a lot, but it's more than enough for this car. It's more than enough to get up and go where you want to go. And now that I'm in the automatic mode, I mean, when I just get on it, it gears down pretty quick and it just gets into them. And I mean, the sound that it makes isn't too crazy, but I mean, it definitely sounds better than any 3.5 liter V6 I've heard in any Toyota or Lexus products so far. Now, to sum things up with this LS 500, yes, again, like I said, this kind of competes in that same territory with the S-Class. Obviously, it's not nearly as much money. That being said, though, I mean, if you don't really need all the performance, and this is more than enough performance with what this has, it's got more than enough passing power, all that kind of stuff, and you don't want to pay the premium for Mercedes or the premium to keep a Mercedes up and running, then this LS 500 would be a perfect car to look at, because it's going to be very reliable, it's going to be relatively inexpensive to maintain, it's going to be less than most of the competition as well, and so it's kind of like you're getting all of these features for a lot less money. And I mean, it's still such a good car, so I would definitely check out this new LS 500. It is such a good luxury car. And there we have it, everyone, the 2020 LS 500. And by the way, I raised the suspension so you guys can see what it looks like when you go into that higher suspension mode. Obviously, to clear things so you don't scrape the bottom of the car. It's kind of funny how it looks, how much like of a gap there is now in the wheel wells. But anyways, a big shout out and thank you to the Larry Miller Lexus here in Murray, Utah for providing us with the LS 500. Check out their inventory in the link below. If you're stopping for the first time, please subscribe. I'll see all of you in that next video.